What is going on? What's going on? Faux Farmer Daryl here. Thank you so much for stopping back by. If you got the chance, please make sure you like and subscribe to this channel, as it is my civil duty to grow for you. So I wanted to touch on today how bad my yesterday was. I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but there's some things that we have to pay attention to when growing hydroponically. Now, you won't have a lot of these problems if you're growing outdoors in regular soil, regular light, water, and all that. But once you step it up a notch and you are putting your own nutrients, you are putting your own, adjusting your pH level, you are adjusting the light, how long you leave those lights on, there's a lot of factors involved. And I ran into something really bad, and it was not expected, because on the surface, my plants look very healthy and very good. So I went to add nutrients to my water, and this was with my lettuce. I had about 5 different types of lettuce. I had some oak leaf lettuce. I had some black-seeded Simpson lettuce, some butter crunch. It was just different types of lettuces that I wanted to experiment with it. And the biggest one was my Lola Rosa lettuce. Now, all these it's chef's lettuce or medley lettuce, and this is just lettuce that you eat, basic salad. So I thought, hell, I'm gonna have a lot of salad if this grows the way it looks like it is growing. And it was growing well. So 30 days in, I know, hey, everything is looking good. Haven't had to change the nutrients. My water pump is still pumping oxygen into the bin. So I know that the water is oxygenated. The plants are getting tons of oxygen, great nutrients in water, and there's no light in the bin. So there's no light being caught into this bin whatsoever that would kind of produce algae and things of that nature. Went to add nutrients, and I popped the lid up, and it was just nothing but green slime all over the roots of the plant. Oh my God, this was the most disgusting thing I had ever seen. And so I grabbed at it a little bit, and it was just really easy to pull off. So I started to pull off this algae off this one plant. And I looked back further down the row in the bin, and all but 2 plants had this green, nasty algae film growth on the roots. So I knew I had a problem on my hands, but I didn't know how I got it. I didn't know how I got the green film. So once, you take a couple Google searches, you get your answer really fast. It's a bunch of negligence on my end. It has everything to do with negligence. So when you're growing hydroponically, you got to make sure that you're using clean pumps, clean hoses, things of that nature, clean gravel stones. Also make sure your hands are clean. Hell, you got to treat this shit like the damn COVID-19. So I could have gotten the water, gotten something in the water that would have made the water produce that. Maybe just a little bit of light could have gotten in and produced the algae. But all in all, I did not catch it because, first off, I didn't expect it. On the outside, the plants look healthy. They look vibrant. They're still growing. After 40, we got close to 40 days, about 15 days from harvest, and these plants are still growing. They're growing new leaves. So I don't know what's going on. I had no idea that it is more than just light. It is more than just the simple things that you may think that affects the plant growth, but it's so many other different things. So when you're doing this hydroponic grow, one thing to keep in mind, always check under that hood at least once or twice a week. At least that. Always check for at least any type of new growth, even just to see how the roots are doing. And you can do this without having to expose them to a lot of light. Had I just not judged how my growth looked on the top level, I would have noticed the damage a long time ago. A long time ago. And when I put the top of the bin down, I was able to notice something which was absolutely phenomenal. And that was, even though the leaves, even though they were sprouting and growing out, and even though it started to get really bushy, they were still withered. The leaves were not strong. There was no strength to them. You could literally blow on the leaves, on the lettuce itself, and it would just wither. So it was just a crazy experience. It was a crazy experience, and it was something that I realized that I could have stopped had I simply checked under that hood. Once I made the transplant and put those vegetables in this 30-gallon bin, I had not lifted up that bin for over 35 days when it was time for me to put in some booster nutrients, that I realized, okay, I've got a really bad problem on my hand. So there was different measures. You get online and you can read that you can save these roots and save the plants by simply, running them through hydrogen peroxide, cutting off some of the root that's been affected by the algae, and then putting them in a clean bin. Well, here's my problem. My problem with that is I've got a 25-gallon bin filled with water. So it's not like I'm going to be able to just pick up this bin, clean it out real quick, and then put it back. So what I had to do at this point was just kind of minimize the operation. So now I've gone back to one of my 6-inch bins, or my 6-plug bins. It seems to work really well. And I'm going to now have to redo this whole 27-gallon bin project again. So it shouldn't be an issue. What I did was I did have it set outside, bleached it out a little bit, and I'll probably clean that up to get some new plants, some new fruits and veggies going. So, lesson for today, please, if you are growing hydroponically, this is child's play to some people, right? But I'm a faux farmer. Please look underneath that hood at least once a week. At least once a week. Please look underneath the hood. And that is my message for you. Remember, I grow, you grow, we grow together. And now on my next video, I am going to show you an actual setup and all the items that you need for that setup. So when you're ready to do some farming, I'll be here right with you. Thanks for coming out, y'all. Hey.